Call to order, Borough Crafton regular meeting, January 26, 2015. Flag salute by Mr. O'Brien. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'll ask Mary to have a roll call, please.
Mr. Amendola.
Here.
Ms. Amendola.
Here.
Mr. Crown.
Here.
Mr. O'Brien.
Here.
Mr. Phillips.
Here.
Ms. Weitzel.
She's here.
Mr. Hayes.
Here.
Mayor Bloom.
Here.
Solicitor Daley.
Here.
Engineer Minsterman.
Here.
Manager Grass.
Here.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion for the approval of, I'm sorry, should I do the executive session?
Sure.
Yeah. Prior to this meeting, we had an executive session to discuss personnel matters. No action was taken. I'll entertain a motion for the approval of the bill list dated January 26, 2015.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Is there any discussion on the bill list? Hearing no discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. I'll entertain a motion for the approval of the minutes dated December 8th, 2014, December 22nd, 2014, and January 12th, 2015.
So moved.
Second.
So moved and seconded. Any discussion on the minutes? Hearing no discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
I have to, with the exception of the 8th, because I was not here.
Which day were you not here?
The 8th.
Yay.
You did. Make a note of that. And April, what were you saying? Okay. April was not here for the December minutes, so I take that to be the first two. Aside from those two, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Those abstentions? Motion carries. Okay, we're going to go into citizens' comments. We have one person signed up, I believe.
Gashline.
What?
Mr. Gashline.
Ashline?
Gashline.
It's on the, it's comments related to a agenda item, so as, just to let everyone know, we speak at the beginning, citizens speak at the beginning of the meeting for things that are on the public agenda. You have an opportunity to speak at the end of the meeting for anything else that comes up. But since yours is an agenda item, please go up to the microphone, your name and your address, and get right into it.
Thank you very much. My name is James Bashline, and I've resided at 16 Division Street for the last 35 years. And the proposed ordinance was posted in front of my house last week, and I came down and spoke to the borough secretary about it, and she explained to me the necessity of having to have that space open on trash day for the garbage trucks to come in and out, which I completely understand. The only request that I have to make of you, or for you to consider, is instead of it being from the fire hydrant to the easterly property line of 16 Division, if it could be modified to be from the fire hydrant easterly 32 feet, which would bring it to the edge of my driveway, and that would allow, I believe, sufficient room for the garbage trucks to come and go, but it would also preserve one parking spot on the easterly side of my house, so that we can leave the car there when we are out of town to kind of create the impression that someone is there, and wouldn't have to have someone come over in the middle of the week and move the car for one day and then move it back. Again, I'm not here to oppose the limitations on that side. I just like it moved. It would constitute about 9 or 10 feet movement of it. And if you stand there and look at it, it looks like there would still be plenty of room for the garbage trucks to make their turn or make their backup or whatever they have to do.
Okay.
That's all. The
How
only
did
comment
we-
I think?
How did we determine that we needed to go from the fire hydrant all the way to the end? Did we just do that because it was just to the end of the street? Like,
That was it.
It was an easy marker.
It's a pretty long way, yeah.
so
Yeah,
it
I
wouldn't
believe
be,
it was just that.
just do it to the end of the street?
Yeah.
So we
Or
don't
to
have
the-
street,
To
it's
the
considered
end.
property.
To the end of his driveway.
I got you.
Edge of his driveway.
So this would just be moving it to the other edge of the driveway,
Right, right.
essentially. Thank you.
So when that comes up on, are there any questions for the citizen? No. So when it comes up to ratify that, there's a couple of changes we'll have to make. I'll just talk about it. If there are no other debate, then we'll just approve the ordinance then, as we've changed it. Okay. No other citizens' comments? No. Very good. Okay. I'll entertain a motion for the receipt of the written reports from December 2014, including the treasurer's reports, the financial report, Act 511 and the trash collection report, the property tax collection report, the police report, the manager's report, the ordinance officer's report, building inspection report, public works report, REMS report, and engineer's report. Also, the 2014 annual police department report.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Debbie, are you prepared, any comments on the manager's report, or have you not,
I don't.
no, okay, that's fine. Any other questions for the engineer's report? You wanna talk about? Go ahead, Rick.
I'll just give you a couple updates to highlight the report. Not a lot going on, excuse me. We are preparing, working with the manager on the Clearview Avenue grant submittal to get that money reimbursed for the work that you've done so far in phase 3. The CCTV contract for 2015, submitting those quantities to SHACOG. They could be included in their multi-municipal contract, which you have been a part of for several years. And the pavement management program, working on getting that updated and finalized to you so that the streets can be selected and the pavement management, the pavement 2015 paving program can be started as early as possible to get the best pricing.
What are we shooting for our target of the roads? What timeline did?
At this point, I think it was 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks to get you the updated, because the streets have to be reevaluated for condition. Get that updated list to you, and then council would have the opportunity to review that, however much time you needed. We'd probably need 2 more weeks after that, and could get it on the street. So, as soon as a month, you know,
Perhaps the end of February or early into March?
yes,
Decision done.
yes.
Okay.
Joe,
Yes.
there is not a REMS report listed on this packet.
Was that what it was?
No, actually, we
We didn't receive a REMS report, so can I take back
Um,
my second?
Can we just, you do have to withdraw the entire motion, or just
You
note
could
that there
just
wasn't,
modify.
just modify,
Okay.
modify no round report?
Will we get one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes they run a little bit late. I don't believe we have a manager's report, or written one.
I didn't see a manager's
Yeah, so we'll just strike that as well.
No REMS,
Was
no
there one?
Did you
manager.
put one on the calendar? Oh, okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, Rick, back to the, is there anything else you wanted to highlight?
That was it.
No?
Is this before the vote? Because I have a question for the engineer, but I don't want to do it.
No, go ahead.
Vote.
No,
This is just for the
we're-
report.
yeah, we're just accepting the reports and we're discussing the written report, so now is the perfect time to ask him a question.
Rick, last year, there was the talk about the road program and having it done and in the sack by April, and ready to rock and roll. And that didn't happen again, and there we are. And it was what, late August, September, before the roads got paved? And then you had the incident on Woodlawn Avenue that happened shortly after the paving job. And the piecemeal patch were because the asphalt factories were putting out terrible asphalt,
Yeah.
okay?
And then time ran out.
And then time ran out. So I think that getting whatever streets are gonna pave in 2015 and get this done is like, don't talk about getting them done and then the next thing you know, it's all the way August, September before it's actually happening. It turned out to be a situation last year.
Yeah, so, I mean, each year we approach this, right, to try to get figured out as soon as possible, right? I think the first domino that has to fall is we need the list of the road conditions by the next meeting.
Yes.
You get that from you, that'll be the first time we speak about it, right? We'll see how close we can get to consensus, right? We probably won't take much, because I know one of the roads that didn't make it last year, we all said would be top of the list this year, right? So we may only have to pick one or two others, right? One's pretty much there. But if you get it to us by the end of next week, and we talk about, by the next meeting, we'll talk about it at that meeting, we could potentially make a decision at the end of February. If not, I would say let's make sure we make a decision by the first meeting in March. Done.
That's usually the time killer, is a lot of discussion about what street to do, and there's a lot of evaluation that occurs on, do this, spend this, twice as much, half as
Well,
much
that's
on
usually
each
because what we
street.
do is we start to, we lay out what roads there are, and then there's usually a go-back position to say, how much is it gonna take to do these?
Yeah.
Can we do all of them? And then you get into a bartering situation where we can't do all of them. So what are the other ones we can do, the most and the high-impact ones and get it into the budget? So it may take 2 meetings, right? I don't think we'll beat ourselves up if it takes 2 meetings. But the first thing that has to happen is the list of conditions, and that's gotta be at the next meeting.
No problem.
And just reiterate, if you can contact the water company and gas company. I know in the past, we've done that, Noble Avenue or Noble, we didn't, and we had to delay because they wanted to replace their pipes.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of times in the past, after we paved, they've said, we wish we would have known because we would have replaced our pipes and we could have cut some of our expense.
Yeah, that's what happened last year on, was it Crafton? What street was it? No,
Noble, yeah.
we were able to
had
get
delayed
50 plus
it.
thousand reimbursed, so yeah, that's exactly right. The other thing that we have to look at too is review the CCTV to make sure there are no
Right.
imminent sewer collapses or something that we would want to fix before we excavate, so, excavate the new street. So yes, that's a list of things that gets done. That'll be part of, once we get the final list of streets from you folks.
I know Mike Bosher, the other gentleman from the water company, always upset because he always says, why didn't somebody let us know when we put the pipe in?
Okay.
Okay. There is a manager's report, I'm looking at it. So I think the only one we have to strike is the REMS.
And actually Public Works.
We don't have the public works one.
Rob was trying to complete it today, but he was out helping with the snow, so.
Yeah, I don't see that one here, so I'm just trying to do a reconciliation. It looks like we have the other ones. We have 2 police, ordinance, yeah, it looks like we have all but that, public works and REMS. Okay, so, all in favor to accept the written reports?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, I'll entertain, we're gonna go into the next phase here, our business agenda in administration, 2015 summer employment opportunities. I will entertain a motion to approve advertisement for the summer recreation and public works employment positions.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion on this? My first question is, are we carrying the same salary, hourly salary from last year to this year?
We haven't changed it.
That's what we have in the budget.
That's what we have in the budget, okay.
Wage, positions are adopted, it's unchanged, so.
And the same number of people as well?
It'd be
So everything stays the same.
Same advertisements,
Okay. Any other questions on that? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next motion in finance, I'll entertain a motion to approve the payment of real estate tax refunds totaling $2,791.65 in accordance with the Jordan Tax Service request dated 1/13/2015.
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion on this motion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Public Works, Shaycog. I'll entertain a motion to approve payment to Shaycog in the amount of $135,359.78 for payment number 1 for the year 8 joint pipeline project as recommended by Gateway Engineers.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion on this motion? Hearing no discussion, all in favor? Aye.
Right.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, last one in the ordinance. This is the one that Mr. Bachelor was discussing. I'll entertain a motion to adopt ordinance number 1630, amending chapter 214 of the Borough of Crafton Codification of Ordinance 214-38, limiting parking on trash collection day during certain hours, the distance from the existing fire hydrant,
distance of
a distance of 32 feet from the existing fire hydrant on the southerly side of 16 Division Street.
So moved.
Second.
That covers everyone? Okay. Any discussions on that motion?
Don't you live on the north side?
No, the
North side of the street?
the posting here says the northerly side, and I live on the southerly side. And the southerly side is the one that would obstruct the
Okay,
trucks.
all right,
Yes.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Good.
Okay, yeah.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Another motion that was not on our agenda. I will entertain a motion to extend the borough's agreement with RCAS Municipal Consulting LLC for consulting services for Director of Public Works and Recreation for a period of 6 months beginning on February 4th, 2015 and terminating on August 4th, 2015.
So moved.
Second.
Seconded? Any discussion on this motion?
Would be at the same rate
Same rate,
currently.
just an extension of the date. Hearing no discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Oh, wait a second, sorry. I have to let the public speak to that since it wasn't public.
Yeah.
There was a,
Is there any public comment?
yeah, that was not a public motion, advertised, a motion on our agenda, so the public has an opportunity to ask any questions about that if they like. No? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Last two orders of business, I have to make two nominations to committees. The head of the rec committee is going to be Mr. O'Brien, and the head of Shar West Cog is going to be Mr. Crown. Thank you both for being willing to do that. All right. No other additional citizens' comments? I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Meeting adjourned.
You still have to do
That